The Art of Deception. You know him best as the reformed hacker who spent time in maximum security and made Free Kevin a household term on his release from prison 3 years ago. After serving a 5-year sentence, Kevin was barred from using the internet. That was the terms of his probation. For the first time in 8 years, Kevin Mitnick is finally going to be allowed back online, and it's going to happen today. Welcome, Kevin. It's good to have you on the show.
It's great to be
Wish
here.
my
I'm
publisher had thought about something
excited.
like this to plug my book sales. Man.
Perfect timing.
Man, wow. I have it here. This is a letter from the United States District Court U.S. Probation Office. Somebody tore this open.
I had to see what that was.
I think you were a little excited when this
worried,
came.
what could it be?
Let's just read it here. I'm going to cover up the phone number because we don't want anybody to call him. But this is from Gregory, your probation officer. The purpose of this letter is to inform you that as of January 20th, 2003, that's midnight this morning, right?
Correct.
You will have successfully completed your of federal supervision. No idea what that means. I wish you the best of luck in the future. That's nice. Very thoughtful. If I can be of any assistance, please feel free to contact me. And you called him, right?
Well, I called him this morning because I wanted to make absolutely sure
it's okay.
there's no surprises.
Now tell me the truth. 12:01, you got online, didn't
12:01, we were having a party in the hotel room.
you? You were celebrating?
And I had to get up very early this morning for a CNN, and it was like we stayed up to 1:30, and I had to get up at 4.
Has this been something you've been looking forward to?
Oh, of course. I mean, I've been missing out. The internet is like kind of like having a telephone these days. It's so ubiquitous that to be without it,
Yeah.
it's like I couldn't use an electronic toilet without getting permission of the U.S. government.
Right. They were afraid. Well, I know they were afraid. I don't think it's a joke in prison that you could use whistle tones into a phone and hack into systems.
Yeah, I was actually held in what they call the hole for 8 months because they had a fear that if I had access to a payphone in detention, that I could start a nuclear strike.
Now let's say this right up front. Hacking is a crime. What you did was a crime.
Absolutely.
You did your time.
I'm sorry for what I did.
Yep.
And
you wouldn't encourage anybody to do that
no.
again?
No.
You know, sometimes I think every time we have you on, people I get letters saying, well, you're glorifying Kevin. And I want you to know, folks, Kevin's a great guy. We know, he's a friend of the show, but he's reformed. He's not still doing this stuff.
Absolutely.
And he's not advocating. In fact, he's the best example
of why you shouldn't do it.
Why you shouldn't do
Exactly.
it. This guy did the time. But we're glad he's free. I think they overreacted in your case. That's why the Free Kevin movement was so big.
It was more that the punishment didn't fit the crime, being held for 4.5 years without a trial.
Without trial.
No bail hearing. And what's interesting, in today's New York Times, 2 federal appellate courts ruled that it was overbroad, impermissible to restrict somebody from using the internet as punishment.
And that's what they
the
did
day
to
I
you.
get off.
Yeah, right. A little late for you, but maybe for the future. Have you thought a lot about what you're going to do the first time? Now, remember, it's not just the surfing the web. You can't send email. You can't do anything, right?
Pretty much could not touch
BlackBerry, you couldn't have a BlackBerry?
No. And Darcy, my girlfriend, was kind enough to buy me a getting off probation gift, and it's a BlackBerry 6710, I think.
You're going to love that. Have you thought a lot about what you're going to do the first time?
Yes,
a lot of
for
lobbying.
The last year.
Darcy's been lobbying. I know that you go to her site.
Very hard.
All right, well, go ahead. Ladies and wait a minute. No, wait a minute. I just thought of something.
Okay.
It's been 8 years. A lot has changed. Maybe we should have some experts come in and fill you in a little bit on what you missed.
Give me some good ideas.
Yes. Let me introduce Emmanuel Goldstein. Emmanuel is the editor of 2600, the Hacker Quarterly. He is perhaps the best-known spokesman for the hacker community. Do you know each other?
Oh, very well.
Right.
He actually helped start the Free Kevin movement.
All right,
He
there
was
you
the leader
go.
behind it.
So he got, and I see you brought some gifts.
Yeah, I brought this for myself, but you can have, some champagne. It's,
champagne
for
All right.
celebrating. And to show you that times have changed, there's a new book out now called Takedown.
Oh, no.
Takedown.
Not the Takedown that you're so familiar with.
That's a book about you.
No, that was another book.
This is about
You don't
the
want to read
mafia.
that book.
This is a mafia
This
book.
might be a more interesting book.
Yeah.
The other book you don't want to read is
Fall
the
of the
Markov
Last
book.
Mafia Empire. All right.
So the title has been reused.
That's very nice.
Oh.
All right, so some gifts. But that's not all. There's more.
Oh.
We've got John and Markov in the... No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to
He
you.
wants to do a New York Times story.
Yes, I wouldn't do that to you. Emmanuel's going to advise you on one side, but on the other side, we thought we'd bring another friend of yours, a guy who's been on the show many times. Frankly, one of the guys who got the personal computer movement off the ground. Steve Wozniak is here. He's going to advise you on your angelic side. Steve, come on in.
Hey,
you brought gifts too.
Congratulations.
Hey, thank you very
well
much.
deserved.
What, he brought you something?
And I believe you held out and didn't get on the internet.
Do you believe that?
This is for you.
Look at this
A little
drawing.
gift.
Who
And,
drew that? That's awesome.
I thought it up this morning, but our artist at the company drew it.
Look
I
at
can't
that.
draw.
At the new,
Sorry.
the new.
I hope you enjoy it, so don't disturb the picture. And I'm pro-choice, so if you prefer a PC over a Macintosh, Darcy, I'm sure, can
Is this,
you know,
is this the new is this the new PowerBook?
That's it's the current one being sold.
Oh boy,
It's a good one.
I'm gonna put
Oh
this
my
right
God.
here.
And to be fair, that's an Apple product.
Yeah.
Microsoft Office and some blank DVDs.
Oh,
my
man,
God.
you are. That is a nice gift. All right. All right. Now, guys, a lot has happened since 1995. What browser were you using in 1995? Were you online?
I hope the browser still exists. It's Mosaic.
Oh, bad
And
news.
Lynx.
Bad news. Lynx is still around. I don't think you can still use Mosaic.
No.
I think there was this company called
Mozilla
Netscape,
came out of that.
and then Netscape got bought by AOL, and then there's this guy named Bill Gates. You've heard of him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually met him.
Yeah?
I met him over at Comdex at the Mandalay Bay. They were having an after party, and I went up to him and I was shaking his hand. I go, "Hi, I'm Kevin Mitnick."
Did he know
goes,
who you were?
Huh? And I go, "Kevin Mitnick." He goes, "Oh, nice to meet you." Boom.
Yeah, he took off. No pictures. Was anything you would tell Kevin about what's happened over the last 8 years?
God, I mean, I really think it's a shame that they kept you from this important thing that was happening, the internet, when what you could do was so minor, especially if you were being watched or in prison or something, and you got to miss all the evolution of the internet and sites, important sites that came into our lives,
Like
and some of them,
Napster?
and many that, yes, and went away, and
Napster's a really good example.
portals that came and went,
Yes.
and the advertising came, and it got more and more and more, and you're inundated with it everywhere you go, and pop-up ads and all that. You have missed out, and you're kind of like a virgin, and you're just going to go at it for the first time. You're going to be slow getting around, I presume, because you
Well,
haven't been doing
I
this.
hope you guys will help.
Emmanuel Goldstein, what would you tell Kevin Mitnick? Any advice?
Don't be afraid by the advertising because it's everywhere. Everywhere you go, you're going to see an advertisement or pornography or an advertisement
Well,
for
how do I block
pornography.
the
Or,
ads?
well, there are ways. There's a group of people that are dedicated to blocking advertising wherever you go. So we'll show you that as well.
How about hackers? Should he be worrying about hackers?
I don't think he should be
Now,
worrying
do you
about
think he was going to try to hack into my system?
People are you kidding? He's going to be a major target, don't you think?
What's your
Everyone would-
website?
www.woz.org.
All right, Woz, what's the first site he should go to? What do you think is the first thing he should do on the internet?
After Woz.org, listen, the internet has just exploded with the amount of information you can get on anything you think of. You can type in, and sometimes you get results. And go to Google.com.
Google, I heard of
Number
Google.
one.
What was the
Number
big search engine in 1995? Was it Yahoo? Yahoo
Yeah,
wasn't
Yahoo.
even around.
No,
was it
Yahoo
around?
wasn't around.
Yahoo-
What did he use?
Yahoo was
Lycos? What did you
No,
use?
Yahoo was around.
Was Yahoo around? Just
No,
beginning.
not 95. Not
Just
when I was-
beginning.
not by the time.
Emmanuel Goldstein, what's the first site he should go to?
Well, I'd like him to go to 2600.com, but I think Google is a good choice
Google's a
because
good choice.
you can type virtually anything into Google and you'll find it. It's a line of dialogue in an obscure movie or something like that.
It's
really,
amazing.
It's
I
a
wonder
great
if I
tool.
type in my name if I'll see anything.
I bet you will.
I think you
Have
might.
Type in Leo's
You've
name.
never done a vanity search.
No.
Here's a guy who's never done a search on his own name. Patrick, you got any ideas for maybe where Kevin Mitnick should go?
I was going to say downloads.com because I actually found NCSA Mosaic version 3.0, which doesn't really run well on the Windows XP.
That'll make him feel right at home. Hey, what do you think,
Oh,
Yoshi?
wait.
Kevin, where do you think he should go? First site Kevin Mitnick ever goes to.
I'm gonna say /dot probably.
/dot. What do
Yeah.
you think, Yoshi? You
I was
agree?
going to say Google, but you should also try Yoshi.us.
Yeah, there you go. How about
so
you guys
fun.
in the audience? Where should he go? Let's hear it. Where's the first place Kevin Mitnick should go? Screensavers.com. All right, we got a lot of choices. Kevin Mitnick, it's yours to choose. Your first access on the internet, live, national television. You pick where you want to go.
Okay, I'm going to do that, but I never sent an email yet.
You gonna send an email?
Never sent an email, and I got to tell you a little story. Is back in March of 2000, I was testifying before Congress with Frank Thompson and Joseph Lieberman, and we had this dialogue, and Lieberman suggested I should become an attorney. And then I told him, well, there's a little problem. I have a conviction on my record, a felony conviction, and they might not allow me to be a member of the bar. So I asked Lieberman, I said, maybe one day you'll be in a position to grant me a pardon. And I just found out he's running for president.
So you're going to send him an email?
Send him an email.
All right,
How about that party?
ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hear first. Kevin Mitnick's first internet act, an email to Joseph Lieberman asking for a pardon. And we're going to check back and see what site you're going to go. Is it going to be Darcy's site?
It's going to be Darcy's site,
Labmistress.com. You got the plug-in. You told the Times you had to do it. Guys, thank you so much. You could continue to advise Mr. Mitnick on something that's completely unfamiliar to him. We'll check back again a little bit later on, see how you're doing. And we will put a list of bookmarks, all the places Kevin visits over the next 45 minutes. Bookmark Control-D everything, okay, Kevin? And
Okay.
we will put a bookmark. Let's see it here. He's going to go Sony style. Now, Sony, did they pay you some money for that? You better get
It's a
out.
Sony Vaio. What
Oh,
can
it's a
I say?
Sony Vaio.
Let me
All right,
stop
we'll
this.
check back in just a little bit. And, of course, we'll have his bookmarks at the Screensavers.com.